You got people who talk about how they come from the bottom, and now they hear it was a long period of just rehabs going wrong, and it put us into, man, several $1,000s worth of debt. All right, guys, so I got another one I'm gonna check out now. This is a couple of days later from the last video that I did, but this one is one that is up for auction. So about to see if we can check out the inside of this one. Real estate. Alright, so the front door was locked, the back door is open, and this one actually doesn't look like a bad house at all. Floors are kind of weak in some areas, so it looks like it may be on a crawl space. Guys, check out that wall. Kind of like how they did that with the gray. It's like a gray tile, maybe laminate. So it does look like they've been too long since they've been out of this one. And this one is sitting on some nice hardwood floors, other than in the front room where it is just like sinking in. What that was the case for. Not a bad house at all. So guys, I know I've got some people that kind of follow a lot of my videos. I'm just curious to know what you guys are investing in, if it's mostly real estate. I do some investing in stocks, and I am super proud of what I did for my son on his birthday. Me and my wife, we got together and started his stock account. So he is now just involved in ownership. Wanted to get him started as early as possible. We really could have got it done earlier. Still feel like it's a good time for him to start. So, I mean, what else are you guys investing in? I know I have a friend who invests in like stadium seats for some of the NFL games. Not exactly sure how that works, but I'm just gonna start checking into some more stuff just aside from what my main focus is. Okay, so that house definitely going to go home now and put an offer in. What we're gonna do is a pre-bid offer. So we're gonna try to get this one, see if we can maybe get it closed out before it actually goes into the actual auction, into the bidding process. But it is one that I do like. Now I know you guys see us go through just like a lot of different houses, vacant houses, different walkthroughs, and some of you may be wondering like, okay, well, what is the end result? But just realize that there are a lot of ways to make money in real estate. So we aren't flipping and rehabbing a lot of these houses. Sometimes we're just taking them and reselling them as is to another investment company. Sometimes we're selling the contract. Sometimes we're picking them up cash flowing where they're not needing a lot of work. I've done a few of them like that, to where as soon as we're in it, we're just making money on them. And to be completely honest, I mean, the rehab process isn't something that I really enjoy doing that much, especially when I have faster options. But I am looking to start doing some more rehabs, get just better at the process. So who knows, guys, hopefully the next one, well, within the next couple or so that I pick up, maybe the next one will be a rehab project, and I'll take you guys through that one from beginning to end. All right, guys, the end of the day now, sitting with wife and we're drinking on Buzzball. Buzzball Biggie. Death in a balloon. And real quick, I'll show you exactly what happened with the house that I just went to go see and bid on. But I got a response back maybe an hour and a half after I sent off the bid. But basically didn't get it a few $1,000s away from where I needed to be on it. to get the deal done, and I really could go over this $21,000 price, maybe hit 22 or whatever it is, but I mean, it's for me, it's just not worth it. All right, so I was trying to give like some kind of useful advice or whatever when we're doing these videos, aside from just like the vlog stuff that I do. One thing that I do like to try to tell people is know what your price is and absolutely stick to it. Especially like in the case of a wholesale situation. I see a lot of wholesalers, they'll send me stuff at just like these super inflated prices that for most wholesalers, I mean, you just really won't be able to do anything with. So they lock these things up just to say that they have a contract. Hey, I got a contract, I got contracts, whatever. What's the purpose of having a contract if you can't make a profit off of it? So any deal that we go into it at a calculated price, a reasonable price, to where we know that we can do something with it, whether it's selling it as is, going in for fix and flip, fixing up for a rental property. Anything that I get, though, I like to have some kind of equity in it.
Gonna fill it on up, huh?
Yeah, you gotta fill this up. But we definitely stick to our prices. We did just put in a couple other offers, or actually no, I sent you a couple that I want to put some offers in on. Or they've been listed for a while and the list price is far beyond what I want to pay. But we're gonna send the offers in anyway at a price that we would be comfortable at, and that where we know we can profit on the deal.
Because cash money does talk. You definitely have to know your numbers in this business and make sure that they make sense, or people will talk you out of your money.
They really will. And we talk about seller's market versus buyer's market a lot. We are still in a seller's market. That shift hasn't happened yet. So a lot of times you just see people get into like these price wars, bidding wars, and these prices just get blown way up to where, I don't know, you know, some of the bigger companies, maybe they can find ways to profit on it, but for the average investor, I mean, a lot of these prices are just not worth it. So, you know, what I like to do is have a consistent lead flow coming in. So just like for that house, the lady said that I was outbid on it, but not too worried about that because we got other deals going on. Now, just kind of show you what's going on in my Skype group right now. Show too much of the conversation, let's let it focus in. But you know, we're talking about a few different houses that he's working on. Other than that though, guys, I mean, that would just be my advice for this video. Know your number, get into these deals at a price where you can make a profit, and stick to your number. It's also good to have different exit strategies. So, you know, if one method doesn't work for you, fix and flip, you know, maybe it'll work to where you can just sell it as is to another buyer. You know, we do a lot of that. So, but what else we got? So we're just vibing and talking right now. I am ready for this coronavirus stuff to be over. We talked about going to Jamaica. We got a bunch of frequent flyer miles saved up. This is just another tip to throw into the video. But if you guys are doing like investments, rehabs, spending money on marketing, it is a really good idea to get a frequent flyer like miles card, or a just a good travel rewards card. Put all your expenses on the card, pay it right off, and it's free money. That's how we went on our last trip to Mazatlan, Mexico, and how we paid for half of a Las Vegas trip that we've been to. But we have paid for trips just using just travel points. I mean, excellent just strategy if you don't have poor credit habits, because it can get out of hand like real quick.
Very quick. And,
very quick.
A couple of the cards, like one I personally have, they will give you an extra 25% once you meet your point goal. They usually let you know, hey, you have to spend so much in 3 months in order to get the bonus points. And then on top of those bonus points, they'll add an extra 25%. So for instance, if you get a card that gives you 60,000 miles for whatever you spend in the first 3 months, you get an extra 25% on that. So 60,000 miles equates to $600 in travel, but with the extra 25%, it's about $750.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't pass up opportunities like that as long as you have good credit and, you know, good credit habits. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, spend what you need to get the points. Go ahead and pay it off. and then you're on to the next thing on the next card. And there's several videos on how to do that as well, how you can just rack up points and just get these nice vacations, hotels, rent cars, all with points.
We've got to do a
points that
video
don't expire.
Yeah, we've got to do a video on that whenever we go on, or we just need to do a video on the period. We were gonna do a video on that when we were in Mazatlan, but we just didn't. I mean, we had so much footage from that we were tired of just filming, and we were like,
go back and make sure you watch those videos.
Yeah, go and check out our videos. But we were tired of filming. You got a flight going around here.
Outside is suspected.
Exactly. I'm so tired of flies right now. But we were tired of filming, and we were like, hey, let's just enjoy each other. And we just stopped filming. So it is what it is. This buzz ball be hidden. We've been going, or it has been me. Because you kind of got off track. But for the most part, it's been both of us. I got off track at some point too. I can't even lie. I can't remember exactly what it was.
When we first got married, I mean, these challenges were...
Well, wait, let me explain the challenge. So we went the last 2 months just drinking water to see if we could do like just a weight loss health challenge or whatever. We do these different challenges just to see if we could do it. And I mean, the water thing, this is our first time just having a drink, just sitting down and having a drink together.
2 months.
In the last 2 months. So.
When we originally started, like, we would give ourselves a challenge. We would eat healthy, and then we're only going to drink water for a month or 2 months or 6 months, maybe a year. I think the most we've gone together is about 6 months. These last 2 months, I just had to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I did that about 4 or 5 times throughout this challenge. So
yeah.
Especially now, because my real estate building isn't open, so I take online classes, and I'm sitting there all day, and I'm like, man, I gotta have a cup of coffee. So.
Yeah, Ellecia is with my sister's agency, and I forget that they had the.
But the association itself isn't open, so now we're taking classes online, and I am actually, since I'm not going to be going anywhere for my birthday at the end of the month, I look forward to getting my seller's representation specialist, or my SRS designation, to add that to my belt.
You always come with something new. Like I started off just knowing a whole bunch more than you because you weren't in the industry, and now you be saying stuff. I'm like, what are you even talking about?
Well, that's basically what it is. A realtor that is a specialist in helping sellers, and then in November, I'm gonna get my RENE, or my real estate negotiation expert designation as well, to help my buyers. Negotiation.
That was the topic that I was going to do for this video, but I believe that I'm going to do it for the next video and really break down for you guys how we go through our sales process, our negotiation process, because we have certain steps. Everybody on my team, we do the exact same thing. We have certain steps that we go through when we are going through a real estate sales transaction / negotiation. And what that allows us to do, having a process allows us to close all of our closable deals, and to know when we don't have a closable deal, and know that we just don't need to waste time on that. So we do have a sales process. If you guys want to hear about that process, I mean, throw this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and yeah, I'll break that down for you guys. You got any new books that you read?
Not just yet. Still on the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. I've been a little under the weather over the weekend. I didn't really do too much, but my commercial real estate book did come in.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about starting, just like how he was doing, kind of reading in between books, to pass the time and cut out a lot of that excess distress time.
Right.
Distraction time, rather.
Yeah, I've been doing
that in with another book.
Yeah, I've been doing that for the past few weeks or so. Last couple of days I didn't read anything. I need to get caught back up. But when I go through part of a book and then I go through part of another book, just to kind of keep my mind occupied and to keep me from going just straight to the TV.
Or
because
social media.
yeah, social media stuff like that. So
We'll easily get distracted and do this all day. And
right.
It's not doing us a bit of good.
Exactly. So
looking at somebody else's life.
yeah. So instead of just like trying to force myself to go through one book all at once, I'll kind of go back and forth between 2 books. But check out our last video, guys, and you can see what we're reading now. And I do have 3 new books coming in the mail. What we need to start doing when we get these books from Amazon, just start doing like an unboxing video.
That'll work.
Yeah, have like an unboxing when we do our videos. So I'm really starting to feel this this buzzball biggie. Starting to feel it. Starting to feel a little good.
Lightweight.
I am. I'm so terrible.
We're both lightweight, to be honest. This drinking thing. Our livers aren't 20 years old anymore.
Man, I was a savage in college.
What you said?
Straight up savage. Exactly. Like after this, I probably won't drink anything for another. I don't know
we went
how
pretty
long.
hard our first year anniversary.
Our first year anniversary.
Yeah. No. The week after we got married.
Did we go somewhere?
When we went to Cancun. We went pretty hard then.
But that second trip to Cancun, you were terrible. I was going in.
Stuff going on with me around that time.
Man. A good all-inclusive though. You gotta just have the drinks there. But Jamaica, we gotta get back there. Gotta get back to Jamaica. I'm so tired of this coronavirus stuff. It's just keeping us from doing.
But nobody's doing anything. I'm not gonna say nobody. A lot of people aren't doing what they need to do to flatten this curve. I mean, it's so many counties back to phase 1 now, and it's just ridiculous. But we won't do what we need to do.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's like everybody has their opinion on it, and it's just kind of like I don't know who's really right in the situation, because it's like
people have to work.
Yeah, people have to work, but then you've got the numbers to say this, and then you got the numbers to say that. It's like I don't know. You really don't know what to believe, but all you can really do is just kind of go with the flow. But then I don't know. I'm ready to get on the plane.
I am too. I'm ready to get on the plane without a mask.
Ready to get on the plane
without a mask.
Yeah, without a mask. I was watching somebody's vlog, and they were just showing that like in Jamaica how there was nobody really in the hotels.
I think until the next few days that she was there, people started to come. But the first day that particular vlogger was there, empty, nobody. It's like she almost had the hotel to herself. Right.
So that kind of brings about the question is like, so if you go on vacation, are you really safer on a resort because there aren't that many people there? But then I guess it really depends on where you go to.
Right.
Another good thing that I really appreciate about how we've been doing things, kind of setting ourselves up for passive income and everything, which I believe that everybody should set up some kind of passive income, is that we have not had to clock into a 9 to 5, but our checks have been hidden. We got our rent checks today from our property manager. Didn't have to do anything. He takes care of all the properties and all that. Lets us know whenever he has to do a repair or whatever. I tell him, hey, take care of it. And that's it. Money hits. It's there. It's good money. Takes care of the bills. Google AdSense money hits. For you guys who watch our videos, you are the GOATs. We really appreciate y'all.
Very much so. You are appreciated.
Yeah, and like I said, Skype, email, man, it's so many ways to just find a way to make money as long as you've got an internet connection. I never forget the first time that we had a $4,000 check to come through when we were in Cancun the second time. You remember that?
No, not really.
No? How did you forget that?
I probably
it was a wholesale deal that I did. Just everything.
Who did you do that deal with?
I can't even remember. It was a long time ago, but everything just kind of happened online through email. Hey, checks here. Like, cool. Okay, we're gonna go to the beach. That was it. But man, passive income, internet money is what's up.
And if you are into the buy and hold strategy, if you're into real estate, any of that, have a property or cash flowing investment for every bill. That is the goal.
Yep, that's what
For every bill.
that's what Rick Ross does. If I can find that video, I'll post a link to it. But
Property
Rick Ross,
for every bill.
yeah, Rick Ross, he talks about how he whenever he wants something new car, new whatever, he puts a business in place
Man.
to take care of that bill. That is genius. Like when he said that, I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense. Like you're just putting passive income in place to pay for your lifestyle, and that's the place that we're trying to get to. I just had to think about it. Like I'm always thinking that we're not doing enough, but man, we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Back and like, man, I'm glad I made this leap.
Yeah, I'm so glad you made that leap.
I'm so glad I made this leap.
If y'all don't know, a couple of years ago, Ellecia was working a 9-to-5 at FedEx. She finally made that leap, came into the real estate game with me because it just didn't make sense for me to just leave all that money on the table or give it away to somebody else as, you know, real estate agents when I could give over to her and we could just work this thing together. So I mean, it just worked out good for us. You know, I send deals to her all the time, like, hey, we can't do anything with this one, list it, let's get some cash off of it.
And that's the beauty of a partnership.
Yeah. Man.
This is my goat for the majority of my listings right now. You don't understand.
But you didn't close like some major deals. Just
major deals. I'm every type of client, first time home buyer, seller, repeat home buyer. It's been amazing.
Man, it's been a wild ride. We really came from, you got people who talk about how they come from the bottom and now they here. We ain't there yet. But our bottom was, man, it was intense. We had an intense bottom. I'm gonna put that playlist to how we got to that bottom. I mean, you can kind of see just, it was a long period of just rehabs and going wrong, and it put us into, man, several $1,000s worth of debt.
Mm-hmm.
Things stopped recording. I guess I didn't lose memory, or I ran out of memory. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, our credit was just, it was jacked up, and man, we
it was jacked up, but it wasn't great.
Mine wasn't jacked up. We made it happen. We never like didn't pay our bills, but like our credit cards were just maxed. Just trying to make sure that we just took care of everything.
Afloat.
Yeah.
I mean, because interest is up.
Oh my God.
You know what?
It is. And
if you're paying just the minimum each month, that interest will eat you alive.
Exactly.
It's like the interest is a whole nother bill on something, depending on the balance on your credit card.
The houses that put us into that debt, we've got a video where we ended up selling them. We flipped them for a profit, and we paid off all that. I'll post the link to that if you guys want to check it out. But man, that was like a liberating feeling. So we got that paid off, sold our main property, and took a step back, rented from family, built up our portfolio, and that's the point that we're at now. But man, it's been a ride. It's been a real ride.
Yes.
But I feel confident now that we know a lot more. We're a lot more knowledgeable. We know what not to do.
And we're ready and we can comfortably say we're ready to go ahead and venture out on our own without all the extra trouble or without worrying about XYZ. So we're just kind of pinpointing where we want to go.
Yeah. And
then just take it from there.
Major debt pay down. We're in, debt pay down mode.
I didn't think I ever seen a credit score that high.
Exactly. Man, credit score is looking kind of nice.
Very nice.
There's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And I can't think of the quote exactly. I'm gonna find it, I'll post it in the video, but there's a quote that just talks about how if you are in debt to a man, to somebody, whoever, to make sure that you make good on your debts. Like, don't let your debts go into default. Don't be that person to where you're borrowing a bunch of money and then you don't pay back what you owe. And
Bad for business.
yeah, we were in that situation so when we had a bunch of debt, but we were never late on any of our bills. Never late.
Not once.
Like we weren't gonna be those people that's like, hey, we can't trust them. And especially my main, the guy that I borrowed the money from to buy the houses, to rehab them and everything, he worked with me just so, he worked like he knew our struggles and he worked with me, but I was never, ever late on his debt. I took up a job with Uber and Lyft just to make sure that I could pay back his money and to make sure that I could make sure that we paid our bills, just the household.
In this business, you cannot burn bridges with
Cannot.
people that are absolutely willing to help you, take
Exactly.
a chance with you. You can't.
Especially your lenders.
You cannot.
You cannot. So I mean, that wasn't something I was gonna do. I was working all day trying to keep the real estate business afloat. I was working for 6 to 8 hours a night. It was on average about another 6 hours at nighttime, early in the morning, like from 10 to, it was like 9 or 10 to like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, just going Uber and Lyft back and forth, just trying to make sure that we had some money. And man, them tips, whoo, I got a $5 tip, man. I felt like I was on top of the world. I can't even lie, them tips. And then I just come in at night, she sleep. I don't know, I felt, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I still felt like I was doing what I needed to do.
Exhausted but accomplished.
Exhausted but accomplished. Like, hey, I still gotta do what I gotta do as a man to make sure that our household doesn't crumble. At the end of the day, she was by far the foundation of that whole period. Just working daytime. When we had bills that were like just coming in, it's like, hey, how we gonna take care of this? It's like, hey, I got it. It's like, okay, you got that one, I'm gonna go out here and work. I got this other one. And it was just a back and forth, just like making sure stuff was taken care of until we got to the point where we're at now, to where everything's pretty good. So I do appreciate that.
And here we are.
See, we started drinking, man, we started talking about some serious stuff. It'd be the most serious stuff.
Drunk combo, sober thoughts.
Yeah, that's real life lessons though. Real estate, investing, anything to where you just not, even just a regular 9 to 5, but man, this stuff, it will humble you real quick.
People think this is easy. Like, okay,
It's not.
You sell a house, you collect a check. This is not for the faint at heart.
It will humble you.
You deal with different attitudes, different people. You have to know how to manage money. You have to know numbers.
Right.
This will humble you quickly.
People on the internet will fool you into thinking that you're gonna get into this game and man, come in making $1 million. It will humble you so quick, especially if you're on the rehab side. Like it's not a game for the faint of heart. Like every rehab that we've been into, we've had some kind of issue. So that's why I'm just not too eager to jump into our next rehab, especially when I know that we can, buy some houses that are already cash flowing at a good price, or pick one up, resell it to one of the bigger investment companies, make some quick dollars. But at the end of the day, it's just all about getting out of your comfort zone. So we will be doing another rehab soon, and I will be going into it just with some more experience and with another experienced person.
Make sure you,
I
don't even know, make sure you know your contractor. It could be a contractor that you've been dealing with for years, and then they just come up and they short you, or they do something that they're not supposed to. Something comes up that wasn't discussed, and oh my, if you are in the city of Memphis waiting on MLGW to do something, is an absolute pain. But
it's terrible.
Back to your contractors. Make sure it's somebody you can trust, somebody that has reputable work.
Yeah.
Somebody that you,
Those,
because contractors are, they're hit and miss.
man, when I said I was a savage at drinking in college, contractors are just savages, period. They are savages, like just straight up.
Don't pay them all up front.
Do not,
Don't pay them up front.
at no point, pay a contractor up front. These contractors, they ain't nothing nice to deal with. So
You know.
at some point, we're gonna start our own contracting company just off of what we know, what we've learned, the type of people that we are. We're not the type of people where we're gonna go out and try to get over on anybody. Like I said,
We know what that feels like.
we know what it feels like. My debtors, the people who I've owed money to, as far as like the lenders, people who've lended us money to purchase rehab houses, never had to worry about us. So we're just not the type of people where we're going to take advantage of anybody. So we take that into our own businesses. So that's it. The more I drink this, I feel like I'm getting too much into talking about real life stuff. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna finish this off because that's it.
Come on, Lee.
I don't know if we were just rambling and you didn't get anything out of that. Hopefully you did. Hopefully that was like a situation to where you feel like you're sitting across the table from us and it's a conversation and you learned something. We'll end the video here. We got videos on the side. There's a video on the side of this biggie over here. It's over there. Click on that, man. Check us out. Hit the subscribe button above. See you guys next time.